studies have Americans eyeing what comes out of their tap with suspicion.
I didn't until someone pointed it out to me, and I started thinking that it probably would be safer just to have bottled water.
The Centers for Disease Control estimate 940,000 people become sick each year from contaminated water.
In 1991 and 1992, 28 million people got water that was tested and found more contaminated than EPA's health standards would allow.
9-year-old Joseph Newman is one of them.
They did some blood work, and our local doctor said that he really suspected that it was leukemia.
The doctor was right. The Newmans live in DeKalb, where radium from the ground finds its way into the water. DeKalb water bills warn the radium levels exceed EPA limits. Most troubling, neither medical science or Joseph's parents can say for sure if it was enough radium to give Joseph leukemia.
We know that it certainly didn't help, that radium in the water certainly did not help.
Even the best water is filled with contaminants when it reaches your tap. Depending upon where you live, it can be anything from lead to radioactive isotopes. The U.S. EPA sets the safe limits for those contaminants. Those limits have remained pretty much unchanged. But now new health studies are beginning to put into question how safe really is safe. Chicago and most of its suburbs drink water from Lake Michigan, filtrated and tested by the city of Chicago. We don't have radium here. In fact, Chicago's reputation for water quality on whole is good.
We feel that our water is safe and our distribution system is safe.
But some of this water travels a great distance to your home, so we decided to put some of what you drink to the test. News Extra randomly drawing samples from 10 suburban and city homes. With the exception of Wilmette, all are supplied water by the city. We hired a state-certified lab to examine the samples for common contaminants and other indicators of water quality. Lead, the most talked about contaminant in our area, tested low in all our samples, not uncommon in cold weather. Copper, in large concentrations, it can cause liver and kidney damage. Orland Park on the north side of Chicago tested highest, but below the EPA limit. If there was a potential red flag to be found, it was volatile organic chemicals.
Some chemicals can build up as a result of interactions between chlorine and the matter that's in the water. Some of those are thought to cause cancer as well. They're called trihalomethanes.
Ironically, the chlorine is added to make our water safer by killing harmful bacteria. But byproducts of that process have been linked to more than 10,000 rectal and bladder cancers and higher rates of birth defects, according to 2 separate studies. Our results for volatile chemicals were below the EPA limit. Evergreen Park recording the highest. Only Orland Park had none. But the federal EPA is considering lowering the allowable limits for trihalomethanes based upon the latest health studies. At the same time, they may actually raise the limits for other drinking water contaminants, including radium, found in Joseph Newman's town. The reason? Not enough evidence that radium causes problems at low levels. It might be what we don't know is hurting us.
I believe that there are children consuming this water in DeKalb right now, as we speak, that may develop some form of cancer from this.
Many people, including the Newmans, now choose to filter their water. Before buying one, however, make sure it's certified by the National Sanitation Foundation, or NSF. And if you'd like to have your water tested, the Illinois EPA can provide a list of certified labs in your area. We'll have more tomorrow.